What is up, world of YouTube? Coming at you with DVS Ventures. In today's video, we're going to talk about my paint setup and how I have it organized. So this is a really inexpensive setup. It's 3 buckets, and these are actually reused from primer and paint, and then this is just a Menards bucket. But I keep one bucket, keep all the tools in, so when you get to the job or to your whatever you're doing, whether it's at your house or at work, you can use the top bucket as your storage. You can use the second one for your wall color and the third one for your ceiling color. And then you can also, after you're done, you can use one of them, fill it up with water, and put all your dirty brushes and rollers in there. So quick little thing I want to mention is the way I have these buckets stacked is I actually have the handle in there so they don't get stuck together. So when you're trying to get them apart, they're not coming apart. So by doing this, they don't stick together, and if your buckets are wet and you end up stacking them, you can get them apart easy, as well as the buckets will actually dry out by doing it this way. There's probably a 1/2 inch gap on both sides here. So cool little tip. Hope you like it. Alright, DIYers, so here's my paint setup. So in here, this is a cut pot, handy paint, handy paint pail. It comes with liners. I'll pop in a liner. I use the liner, which you can actually wash these liners, wash them, rinse them out, wash them out, and then you can reuse them. I have this, which goes onto the top of a 5-gallon bucket. You'll notice there's a little cap on there. You can unscrew that. You can screw this in. In here, I have this is a strainer, and then check this cool little thing out. I didn't know this for a while. But if different buckets, some of them have the thread and some of them just pop in. So kind of cool. I did not know that, and I learned that. Pretty cool trick. So for you. In here I have these little, I call them bananas, but I don't actually know what the name of them are. But you hook them up to your 1 gallon, and then you could pour it out. And then I use it when I use the can as a cut pot. It helps you keep your can nice and clean, so you don't set it down and get paint somewhere. So I really like these little things. There's a bunch of those. I keep a cheap old brush for the trim. You could dust off the trim. Some sandpaper. Little whizzy roller. And then I have these cool little gadgets to cut around very difficult things to cut, and a lot of times you might not be able to reach it, so you can actually screw in a pole in here and cut in a ceiling with this. It works pretty good. Little tip in this, and my buddy Ray taught me this, is actually to go ahead and trim some of these top hairs to make sure that it doesn't get up on the ceiling. Next, I have the caulk gun in here, which this one I got it at Sherwin-Williams. It's pretty awesome. It's one of those that, does no drip gun, some caulk, a wire brush to clean your brushes up after. Oh yeah, these are important. Wet paint, do not touch. Some screens. Paintbrush. Now here's a cool little trick for you. So this is a paintbrush that I've been using for a while. It looks almost brand new. Keep this brush really nice, and this is actually my favorite brush, and this is by the Wooster Pro Series. I think I got it at Ace Hardware. So check out this little trick that I picked up on. So you're going to take some of your blue tape, and you're just going to wrap it around your brush, just like so. You're going to do a couple passes up here. And then, so you could just go with this. It'll help with cleanup. But if you're going to be using this all day long, if you're painting your house, you're going to be using it all day long, go ahead and just wrap the handle of it. And it makes cleanup a heck of a lot easier. Now, I usually use 2-inch tape, so it covers these little parts with a 2-inch tape. And then when you get this tape wet, it just comes right off the brush. You don't have to be trying to pull it off like I am right now. Anyway, we'll do that later. So here's another favorite. This one's a little bit older. This is a Corona brush. And another cool little tip for you guys is I always save these sleeves. And as you can tell, this one's taken a beating. But what I do is when I first get the brush, I'll put duct tape along here and along the inside. And then I'll put little bit in here just to kind of help strengthen it up. And they last a heck of a lot longer. And then I keep 2 rollers in here. One for wall, one for ceiling. You can use the same one if you wanted to, but they're cheap enough. You could do 2. 2 different naps. Another, and then my Wizzy roller. And then this awesome little thing that I got at Menards. And for those of you that don't know what this is, after you wash this, you get off most of the paint, or all the paint I should say. You put that in there and you can go right in your bucket, spin it, and it'll clean it up nicely. And I will make a video demonstrating it. So more tape, a little sanding block, and that's it. By the way, I can cut. I know some of you are probably going to comment, oh, you can't cut. I can cut, but this is nice, okay? This is a cool little gadget, and I've used it a couple times, but I can cut, and yeah, don't argue. And I'm going to make a video showing how to cut, so stay tuned.